All right, so we got about 20 people registered, but it is 3 o'clock, and to respect everyone's time, we will get started as people trickle in. So thanks for coming to our second attorney talk. I'm Aaron Kempen. I'm with my colleague David Curry. Let's say hi, David. So David and I, the foundation of kind of attorney talk is David and I, as we travel through events throughout the country. We realize that the events you guys attend has a lot of legal information, but there's very little kind of practice growth, practice management type information out there. So David and I decided we're talking about it. It was like, let's just put our own on. So that's how Attorney Talk came to be. We want it to be very interactive. So I encourage you all to turn your cameras and mics on. We want it to be more of like a roundtable discussion, like an unprogram. Yeah, so we have Jim Blake from Bambiz. Bambiz specializes in marketing for elder law and estate planning firms. Jim, if you want to take it from there.
Sounds good. Thanks, Aaron. Hopefully everybody can hear me. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and get this thing going so we can have some fun and grow your practice. All right, let me start this up. Here we go. So we're going to talk about how to attract elder law clients with digital marketing. I'm Jim Blake. I'm the owner of Bambiz Marketing. A lot of you might have seen us at different events all over the country. My goal today is to help you stop wasting time and money, attract great clients that you love, and grow the practice of your dreams. To kind of keep with the roundtable or the attorney talk format, I don't want to be up here basically teaching the whole time. My goal is to spend about 5 minutes on each one of these topics, and that gives us about 30 minutes for questions and on-the-spot reviews at the end, which I think is going to be the most valuable part of the session. So the best part of the session is going to be the end, where if you have like ads that you're running or you have questions about your website or your social media, we'll actually go on there together and you can get one-on-one reviews of what you're doing, what we would recommend, and that type of thing. And so as you're going through this training, if you think of any questions, write them down, add them in the chat, and then we'll go over those at the end. Again, this is an interactive session. I've been on sessions before where it's super interactive and everybody's talking, which is what I want from this. And there's been ones where at the end it's a ghost town. We don't want a ghost town today. So we'll go ahead and get started with paid advertising. And what you want to do, every attorney's probably heard of paid advertising for their firm. And so that's going to be things like Facebook ads, Google AdWords, LinkedIn, Twitter. Some attorneys are doing things crazy now, like TikTok. They're dancing and sending out little videos and doing all sorts of crazy things. So that's not what we're going to talk about. The main two that you want to focus on as an elder law attorney is going to be the Facebook ads and Google AdWords. Those are going to be the two that are going to get you the most results. The issue we see with paid advertising and attorneys is that they get a call from a marketing company, not like us, a different marketing company, a bad one, and they run ads for them, Facebook ads or something like that, they call them, and then they get no results. And that's because the attorney doesn't have a clear goal in mind for the actual ads that they're running. And so you need to know what your goals are before you ever hire a marketing company or spend any type of money on these type of paid advertisements. What we see, and hopefully this isn't you, is that the ad itself, if it's a Google AdWords or a Facebook ad, it might send somebody to like your Facebook page or send them over to your website without a goal. And then you've paid money now to the Facebook or Google, and the traffic is just random people on your website doing nothing, and they get lost and they back out, and you get no results because of that. What you want to do is if you're going to spend the energy on creating advertisements online, is you need to send your traffic to a page that has a focus, that has no distractions on there. It doesn't give them any other options, and it lets you capture their contact information on that page. You need to talk to them about the pain points that your best consultations have. So what does that even mean? That means that you know your ideal type of client, the kind that actually was why you started your practice, that you get up in the morning and you're excited to work with. Those are the type of clients that you want to attract. And so what you need to do is go, when I work with the client that I love working with, they typically come to me with this pain point, this pain point, this pain point, and this question. Basically, it's like your frequently asked questions or the should ask questions that these ideal clients are asking you. And then you need to come up with the answers to those questions and then provide those to people using your paid advertisements. So if a question was, how do I protect my home from nursing home costs? That might be something that you're interested in, your ideal client has. You might be able to provide a PDF document or a 2 to 3 minute video that's answering that main question for that person. And then you would run ads to a page that answers that question, that specific question for that person. And then by doing that, they kind of get into your marketing system. That's how you're going to effectively run these type of ads, and you'll be able to use the information that you capture, like the name, email address, phone number, to follow up with them, make sure that their questions were answered adequately, and that you're able to follow up with them with other things like newsletters and stuff that we'll talk about later in this. I do have, and this is where it's going to get tricky. Hopefully here we go. I might just leave it like this, and then you can still see this and we can go back and forth, and I can just click this. That might do that. That might work better. I have some ads I wanted to show you. So this, I don't feel bad showing this because they just came to us today and they said these ads are horrible and that they're not getting any results. And so I wanted to show you what something like that looks like. And we're going to go in and make some good ads. And I'll show you what some of the good ads that we run for attorneys look like to kind of put what I just talked about in perspective. So like, this is, imagine you're scrolling online and you see just this like picture of they're fishing, right? And it's cast a safety net for ones you love. You probably just scrolled right by that. And honestly, it didn't jump out for you. But then when you click this, it takes you to a page that it's asking you to take a survey, but you can't even like see the whole question and stuff before. So what ends up happening is they back out of it, or they get distracted and they move away from that. So that's actually not a horrible one, because it does have a big headline, and it doesn't have like a button up here where they can go to like their blog or something. Those are the worst. If they're like, oh, well, let me just go to the blog. Oh, let me go to the About Me page. And then why did I even come to this page? And they back out. So this one does have going for it that it is focused, but you can see it doesn't have all the information above the fold. Here's some ads that we are running to give you an idea. So it has a pain point immediately. Do you have your estate planning documents in order? It has a place that they can click right away to go to set up a consultation. You can see some of the other ones too, different ones. Facebook, you can see an attractive headline. Want to learn 3 things to prepare for when life gets crazy in North Carolina? Click this, and then it takes you to a page where they can go right away, put their full name, phone number, and email address, and watch that video to answer that question. So it's just a page that can Medicaid pay for long-term care in North Carolina? They click the button, they learn how Medicaid can help pay for long-term care in North Carolina right away, real quick. I'll show you a really good one. I recommend doing this. If you can do this, if you know how to do this on your own, it's probably been one of the best ads we've ever ran. And so it says, happy birthday. To celebrate your birthday, I want to provide you with a free consultation. Claim your free birthday gift. They click the button for the birthday gift, and it's a little birthday celebration. He made a little video, and they put their name, phone number, and email, and they get their free birthday gift. Because you can target people that have birthdays coming up within a week. And so they just randomly like, how did they know it was going to be my birthday? So he bought some birthday balloons, and he probably gets I think this one gets consultations booked on the calendar for around $30, $35 a consultation in ads, just to give you an idea of how effective that particular ad is there. Let me jump back in here. So paid advertising. We'll jump into website and SEO. So with website and SEO, you want to also think above the fold. like back in the day, newspapers, you wanted the most important thing to be above the fold of the newspaper. When you're creating your website, you want that to be the case for your website on a desktop as well as a mobile device. Most of the traffic that you're going to get on your website is actually going to come from mobile device. So when you're creating your website, you need to think about how do we help people, and then you need to share that information on the very first part of the website. If you have multiple practice areas, think about what each practice area has in common and use that as your main headline, your capture on your website. And you want to take them through a story. So I recommend a book called Building a Story Brand. It's by a person named Donald Miller. If you follow what he says in that book for your website and how, like, if you just use those principles, you'll really have a really effective marketing plan that you can use. I want to show you a couple examples of that as well. This is one for an estate planning. I'm going to show you one for one that doesn't do elder law too much, and then one for an elder law firm so you can have an idea. Above the fold, secure your family's future with rock solid wills and trusts. Our estate planning attorneys ensure your golden years are the highlight of your twilight. Will help create a complete roadmap for all of your interests now and tomorrow. Take control of your future now. And I'll show you the one for the elder law. Helping you protect your legacy. Your golden years should be a time of rest, relaxation, and making new memories with loved ones. Get started now. So you can see it's about them, not you. How you are, as the elder law attorney, are the trusted guide, and it gives them a clear call to action right at the top of the website, directing them to what you want them to do. So you want one main thing that you want your visitor to do. You want to make it clear throughout the site. So like on this one right here, they want a free consultation up here. This sends them to a consultation. When they scroll down, consultation, scroll down, consultation. As you can see, they just their main goal is let's book the consultation. For this particular client, his number one goal is to get them to attend a workshop. So attending a workshop is one of the main buttons here. Getting started now takes you to a place where you can attend a workshop or contact us. And you want to have that call to action be consistent throughout the website. Lead generation options. In addition to that call to action, not everybody is ready to do that thing. So there is opportunity for you on your website to ask them to do other things. If you are running paid ads, you'll already have this in place. So those workshops or webinars, or maybe it's that answering a question, one of those that you're running an ad to, you would add that to your website so that people can opt into that so they can get started with you in a less of a commitment than maybe booking a consultation, scheduling a call, or attending a workshop. Again, those are going to be the type of things like asking for, what is my ideal client thinking of before they reach out to me, coming up with those 3 to 5 things, answering those questions, and then those are your lead generations. Don't talk too much about you. Talk about them, their problems, their family, what their life looks like after working with your law firm. And then you want to talk about, or when you're talking about SEO is like, hard to explain it. I hear so many horror stories from lawyers talking about people that have reached out to them about SEO and how it just sounds like another language and they don't understand it, and they're paying thousands of dollars a month to these SEO companies. And what am I even getting for it? So I wanted to break it down for you on this session today so you can understand what the heck they're even doing with their SEO, what a good company is doing with the SEO, and how, if you really wanted to spend the time, which I don't recommend because you're more valuable helping your clients, but you could do it yourself. So if I Google qualify for Medicaid nursing homes in Jacksonville, Florida, there's going to be some things that pop up at the top, and those are going to be your organic search results for that search query. And if I'm not making sense because I'm in this world every day, chat me, yell out, say, hey, explain this in better English, and I'll dumb it down and make it so it's understandable. But what happens is you see this right here. So I'm in Ponte Vedra, Florida, which is outside of Jacksonville, Florida. And so this DCH law is up here for an organic. They're not paying for this click. What you need to do is search for the things that you want to rank for. Again, those are going to be your ideal clients, the types of things that you want to help people with, and then look to see what ranks in your area. So do that in an incognito browser on Chrome or something like that. Find out what's ranking, and then look at the article. So this article has some link backs to some nursing homes. It talks about, can my loved one get nursing home care through Medicaid? It answers some questions here. All you have to do is read what's ranking in your area and use this piece of content as a tool to create a better piece of content. Answer the questions that are answered in this article, make it a little bit better. I prefer also having you maybe make a YouTube video and link and embed your YouTube video inside of the article, answering the questions with you speaking as the attorney. Give it about 3 or 4 months, and you should see yourself starting to outrank your competition inside of here. Once traffic starts flowing, you send it out. An easier way to get that going too would be to send this out to your professional contacts, post it on your LinkedIn, get some people linking to it in your community. If you're part of a chamber of commerce or something like that, send it out to them. Hey, I just created this guide about what families need to know about using Medicaid to pay for long-term care. And you'll start ranking in your area. Same thing goes, let's see where I was going here. Elder Law Jacksonville. Okay, you want to rank for Elder Law Jacksonville? This is the first one that pops up. It talks about this. Look at the type of content that's ranking in your area. What they're talking about: will, probate, trust, living trust, special needs, guardianship. It breaks it down on each one. Now you see what's doing the best. And it's your job as an attorney, as the firm, to create something better than this, and you're going to rank. So if you were hiring a marketing company to do that, that's what we're going to be doing. Finding out what's ranking in your area, making better content than that. We do have some software tools that we run it through to make sure that it is decent quality, but you don't need that really. It just helps a little bit. And then from that point, give it some time, it will start ranking, as long as you're doing it properly. So do I have any more? I think I have a couple. Yeah. So same thing. There's, do I need a will in Jacksonville, Florida? You just look and see, okay, what do we have here? Oh, Jacksonville Lawyer Pro. This is what I need to rank for. So it looks like this guy has he's getting a couple top queries. So you would just need to copy what he's doing with his content, and you'll rank too.
Jim,
You'll want to rank. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I know this. What do you mean by incognito?
Yeah, so if you go into Chrome, you can't see my thing, but if you go into like in your Chrome browser and then you go to like file, there'll be a button where it says like new tab, new window. There'll be a button there that says a new incognito window. And that's like a private window. And so that means when you search something on Google, it's not going to be influenced by your previous search history as an attorney. So it'll look like it's just a random person searching for a query for the first time, which is what you want to, that's what you want to see. You don't want to see something that's influenced by your search history. So.
Thank you.
Yep. So we'll go ahead now. We'll jump into online review generation. This kind of goes hand in hand with the SEO part of it. And this is super easy to do. And I have it right here. So I just typed in Ponte Vedra, Florida, elder law. And the first one's an ad, so I'm not going to even count that. And then you have one that's a divorce lawyer. I'm not sure why. But there's 24 reviews for this one, 11 reviews for this one, 2 reviews, 42 reviews, 8 reviews. So now we know that if I can get 43 reviews, I win. So then you have to think to yourself, okay, well, in my area, if I can get 43 reviews, I win. So if I get 5 reviews a month for 8 months, I should have more reviews now than my competition. Now I'm going to rank higher in the maps, which will help you with your search history. There's multiple ways that you can go about getting reviews. And I just want to hear this all the time from attorneys. They're a little bit afraid of reviews. You need to not only ask people that have retained you, but anybody that's had a positive experience with your firm. So what does that mean? Your email signature should be a place that you're asking for reviews, because your emails should be positive experiences that people are interacting with your firm and your staff. Your email newsletters that you should be sending out is going to be valuable content. People are going to really appreciate reading those email newsletters. If you like my email newsletter, please make sure that you're giving us a 5-star review. People should be on there. That your referral partners can give you reviews. Everybody can give you reviews. Workshops and webinars, you can have links or QR codes inside of those presentations. If you really enjoyed our free presentation today, scan this QR code, leave us a 5-star review. QR codes in the office. You can have automations after the final payment. So I know, like with Clio and some of the other programs out there, there's ways that you can have an integration so that when the final invoice is paid, it sends out a trigger, and then you could have inside there, hey, thank you so much. Please leave us a 5-star Google review. Again, it doesn't all have to be retained clients. It's just anybody that has had a positive experience with the firm should be always giving you a 5-star review. If you do that, even if you do that 50% of the time, you're going to be number one. If you don't know where to get your link for your Google reviews, you could screenshot this little slide here, but just go to your business profile, select customers, select get reviews, get more reviews, and then you can share that. There is companies out there, we do provide it for our clients as well that we're working with, automations that can do this for you automatically so you don't have to remember. So that basically, they can just, it sends it out automatically, has the links already generated, and then you just can add those to your signatures and triggers that it just happens. But you can also just grab the link from Google and set it up yourself internally as well. The only benefit sometimes, like with our system, if someone does leave a 1, 2, or 3-star review, it sends them to an internal review rating. And so then your firm has the opportunity to handle whatever that 1, 2, or 3-star rating was. And if they do click on 4 or 5, then it sends them right over to Google so that Google can get that review, which is what you want them to do. So that is a benefit sometimes with the review management. Social media and YouTube. This is tricky because I see different firms doing different things. The main thing I want to say is that if you have a firm, you need to be on social media, and you definitely need to be on YouTube. The goal is to look alive. And so that means be posting at least 2 to 3 times a week. And the reason why is because sometimes we'll see firms that post frequently and they drop off, and you go to their social media pages and it basically looks like they're out of business. Oh, their last post was March 2020. I guess that was it for them, and so, that they're still in business, but they just don't post on social media. You do want to post on their content that is relative for elder law. A lot of the firms, they get lazy with it, and they just be like, it's National Donut Day, it's National Take Your Kid to Work Day. It's not, that's not what people are going to come on there for. In all honesty, you're probably not getting clients because of this. This is something that you just have to do as being in business. Most people are going to find your social media page, or they're going to like it or follow it because they've already interacted with you. They're getting your email newsletter content. They've attended a webinar or workshop. They saw you in the community. They're, that type of thing. It's important to be posting on there though, because if somebody does go to your website and they click on your social media page and they don't see you're active, then that's gonna hurt you overall. The ones that you should be posting on: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Google Business Profile, LinkedIn for referral sources. Those are the main ones that we're seeing the most results for elder law attorneys. And then YouTube. YouTube is unbelievable right now. Well, Google owns YouTube, obviously. And if you have a YouTube presence, it's just staggering how much traffic you get and how it exponentially grows over time. We have a elder law podcast. It's called Elder Law Growth. We actually just interviewed last month the #1 estate planning attorney on YouTube, Paul Ravelos, and he has 192,000 YouTube subscribers. And we just talked to him about how he started building that up and what that looked like. And that's a great podcast that you guys can feel free to check out if you search for Elder Law Growth on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, you'll find it. I also wanted to, let's see, I have it up here already. Yeah. So this is one of the websites I was showing you, and we manage this one for our client in Boston. And where's his YouTube? Right here. So he has 379 subscribers. We've been working on this for probably about 8 months. And let's see, we'll go to his videos. And you can see, like, you know, this one a day ago, he only had 7 views, but 31 views. But the one we just did a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, 7.3 thousand views on increase in Social Security benefits, a video about that. And, you know, they range, you know, 430 views, 75 views, 126. But this is what you can expect from YouTube, you know, people interacting with and loving it. But yeah, I mean, 8.2 thousand views 8 months ago for this tax law changes. And the benefit is, if you're doing it right and tagging the videos right, these are going to be like local people that are watching your videos too. Even though the whole world can see them, it'll be focused on the local area as well. And finally, we have email marketing. So everything that we've talked about, all these different types of marketing that you can do for your firm, it all kind of wraps together with email marketing. Your goal needs to be, you're basically wasting your money if you don't have an email marketing program in place so that you can stay top of mind with the people that you're engaging with. The beautiful thing about email marketing is you own it. So if you're paying Google and Facebook and you're doing SEO and you're doing all these things to attract all these different people to get in the world of your firm, you own those email addresses now. You can communicate with them for free whenever you want to, just by sending out an email. The best thing that we've seen, the best practice, is to send at least one educational, fun email every single week, and that'll keep people engaged with you. I call it a thing. Each marketing campaign that you do should have its own drip sequence. That's going to be about a 3 to 7 email sequence that goes out to the person when they opt into that campaign. So if they're watching a video that answers a unique question, you're going to send them a series of emails that says, "Thank you so much. I hope that, you know, if you have any questions, click here to set up a time to talk with us." And then I always call it like an introduction sequence to who you are. And if you just want a simple one for you to do, I don't even have this down, but if you want to write a series of like 5 emails teaching people about who you are, what you do, things you help people with that they probably had no idea that you could help them with, and then like a call to action. So, and like, you know, now that you have this, let's go ahead and do this, and be on the lookout for our weekly email newsletters. That's going to be something that is very, very successful for you at each one of those campaigns that get sent out. We get a lot of people that actually respond to those emails. They think they're like a personal email. They're like, "Oh, I didn't know that you got into this because of this." And, you know, that's my situation too, that type of thing. The main feedback we get is, if anybody doesn't want to do this, they think it's going to be annoying. I want to tell you that that's not the case. What happens is, some firms, they want to send out like a quarterly email, or they want to send out, you know, a monthly email, or even worse, like a yearly email. You know, every Christmas they get an email or something. You know, you're going to get way more unsubscribes from that, because what probably happened in the marketing world is that when somebody searched for this, they found a couple different attorneys, and so they opted into a couple different things, and yours is the one that wasn't sending them anything, and so they forgot who you were. So when you send out your quarterly email, they unsubscribe from it, and they've already worked with somebody that was sending them one that was sent on a weekly or a more frequent basis. And then, yeah, I mean, one of the last things that I'll say about email marketing is that the attorneys we've worked with for years now get more business from their email newsletter than they do from any other marketing that they're doing, period. So the people that signed up for but didn't attend a workshop or a webinar, or set up a consultation but didn't retain them, or downloaded something and then just kind of ghosted them, 3 months later, 1 year later, 2 years later, these people are becoming consultations and clients for them. They haven't unsubscribed from the emails. They've been getting them every week. They may not read them every week, but you've been at the top of their inbox, and when they are ready, you are the law firm that they're reaching out to talk to you. So let's see. So I wanted to open the floor at the end here. I want to, help you however I possibly can. If there's marketing that you're doing, we can go in, we can look at those ads. If there's issues with your website, if there's questions you have about email automation or newsletters or getting more Google reviews or SEO, let's talk about those things. But I also wanted to as a benefit for all of you for being a part of this today, we have a thing that we send out. It's called Marketing Essentials. And I wanted to send that to anybody that wants it. It's completely free. Just email me. There's no opt-ins or anything. Just jim@bambiz.net. And I'll send you our September content, which includes 30 days of social media posts, 4 YouTube ideas you can use, blog for your website, 4 articles for an email newsletter. In the last 2 months of our Level Up marketing training, every month we go in there and we train you about something about marketing. And so you'll have the last 2 months of that. And I just also put in there our webinar training video, because everybody was like, what, how do I have a successful webinar that actually works? And so Amy, who's great, put together this thing about 4 months ago. And it's like a whole 1-hour session and a template of how to create the perfect webinar. And I'm going to send that to you too. So feel free to let me know. So let's go ahead and jump in. Is it critical to use professionals to produce videos DIY good enough? That's a great question, Matthew. So do not use professional videos for your marketing, for your social marketing, anything that you're doing on your website, on social media, even YouTube. Obviously edit it. You can edit it and add some cool little transitions and things like that. But the more professional the video is, the worse results we've seen. We actually had a client in New York, and they spent like $10,000 and had a videographer come out, and it's a beautiful thing. They're like walking down the river and doing all these things, and it got like 0 results. And then he had another video that we told him to do with his iPhone, and it crushed it. And so I would say start with just making a personal video, and use your iPhone, use a little tripod if you want to. But actually, the higher the quality of the video, the less we see as far as like converting somebody into working with you. I think that what happens is the professional ones get lost in the feed, or they're like, this person must be making too much money. If they're making $10,000 video, I'll find somebody else. So. Patrick,
can I ask a question about that, Jim, before we go on?
Yes, yeah.
So if you do if I set up a YouTube channel, how do you start getting the people how do you connect it to your website and getting the people to watch it? I mean, like I have a son. Okay, so my son has been his YouTube channel since he's 5. So he's obviously, those are not the people I want. I think he's got he was so excited to get like 100,000 views or something. But he's 18, so that's been taking him 13 years. How do you get to really get that going? I don't have a YouTube channel. How do you start getting that and getting people liking it now?
Yeah, so I mean, step 1 is just create the YouTube channel and start making videos. So like if you email me, I'll send you like the 4 topics, and I would just start making videos. They like 3 to 5 minute videos is all you need. Again, like the quickest way would be like come up with a list of like 10 frequently asked questions people normally ask you, and 10 questions that they should ask you that they don't ask you, and then make a 3 to 5 minute video for each one of those things and post them to YouTube. And if you go back on that Elder Law Growth podcast, if you search for that and you listen to Paul's interview that he did with us, he kind of breaks it down. But YouTube is something that it's like flatline, and then it's like crazy growth. So it's just one of those things you have to really be consistent with it. And over time, it's going to really help. And a lot of the things that you want to do in your videos that I would tell other people not to do it based on, where you're able to practice and stuff. Like, so you want to make it hyper local. And so like, you're never probably going to get 100,000 views really, because you don't want them, because you can't even help them. And that's one of the things that even Paul in his interview, he was like, well, I had to figure out a different way to use that traffic. So he's doing some other unique things now where he's like making like affiliates that can do like, maybe drafting documents in other states and stuff. But that's because he has to, because he's getting so many views that needs to do that. You just need to focus on your area, make it hyper local, and then share that with like your referral sources and LinkedIn and stuff, and it will grow.
And then is it better to put all of those on at once, or is it better to trickle those? Like, okay, if I do 10 at a time, is it better to just throw 10 on there? Or is it better?
I would do like that. I would do that 20 thing like as fast as you possibly can. Get like 20 video, like your 10 frequently asked questions, 10 should ask questions, film those, if you can't do all 20 at once, 5 today, 5 in a couple of weeks, but get those 20 on there. And then from that point, our best practice is doing about 1 a week, 4 a month.
Thanks.
Yep. Do you guys create webinars for law firms or have pre-made webinar scripts? the structure of the campaign and shoot over stuff. So yeah, we don't create your webinar. Now that video, the webinar training video that I'll send you over, it basically breaks it down and tells you what you should say in there if you're doing a webinar. Honestly, so like, and I'm going to say this, I'm just going to be truthful. The webinar itself doesn't matter at all. And so what matters is people want to hear what you have to say. So you're answering you're attracting them and then registering for it. So you get their phone number, their email and stuff. Then when you actually are on the webinar, they just need to like you enough that they want to set up the consultation with you after the webinar. And so just being friendly on there and personable and smiling and things like that. And then, so you want to teach them why, and you do that for the best practice we've seen since COVID. When COVID started, 1 hour webinars, and then like each month it got short, like the people's attention span got shorter and shorter. So now I'm saying, like, if you could have like a 15-minute or a 10-minute webinar where you're teaching people why it's so important that they do all these things, and then you're going to sell them on the how it's done after the webinar. You would need to shoot the webinar yourself, but we would give you we would tell you like kind of what to do, our best practice. We just share best practices, tell you what to do, and then it's our job to market it and get qualified people to actually sign up for that. Rachel, is there a way to get reviews if they don't have a Gmail account? They just need to have a Google account. And so you'll have to have a Google account. That's how Google kind of monitors like the authenticity of the reviews that are coming into their platform. With that being said, you can always try to get reviews on other platforms too. So there's other platforms out there that you can get reviews on if you want to do that. Like the service that we have, you can put whatever you want to in there. You can even cycle it through, but the best return is just going to be asking for Google reviews. And if you're doing it really, really well, it's 40%. So for every 10 people you ask, you should be getting 4 people to actually leave you the Google review.
Jim, I don't know if this is, I have a question. I don't know if this is like the right topic for this, but for your services, how do you deal with representing people in marketing that you're dealing all elder law that are in the same geographic area? So like if we wanted to follow up with you and learn more about what you do, if we're in the same geographic area as somebody else that you represent, how do you deal with that?
Yeah, so I guess it depends on the geographic area, on like the population density inside of that. But I will say, like, the way that marketing is, some people are just attracted to people for whatever reason. And so I have attorneys that we work with, to give you an example, where there's like, maybe 6 attorneys at one firm, and we run the same type of campaigns for each one of the attorneys. Kind of has their own like persona on the ads, and some attorneys do better than others, and it's the same exact thing. Does that make sense? So like, yeah. Some people are just attracted. So for example, you're a female, there might be a male attorney in your same area, and some people are going to come to you and some people are going to go to them, and it's just going to be what it is. And so in rural areas and highly populated areas, we haven't really seen too much of an issue doing that. Now, here's one thing I will tell you, SEO is going to make a difference. So like a paid advertising campaign like Google AdWords or Google Facebook ads, that's what I'm referencing here on that. Like those marketing, it's not going to make a difference how many you do, because if you're not doing it, then somebody else is doing it. So it doesn't make a difference. But like for SEO, like if you just take a blog, for example, like if you subscribe to a company and they give you like blog content and you just paste that blog content on your blog, it doesn't actually do anything for your SEO at all, because Google knows it's on 500 other websites and it's not a valuable piece of content. So the only benefit that is if somebody went to your website on their own, not SEO, and then they found that and they found it was an interesting article, which is not really what you want, but just to give you an idea. So like SEO, yeah, if we're working with multiple attorneys, like in Florida, each one of them, we have to write unique individual content for them that's unique to their firm. We're not sharing with anybody else, because that would penalize both of the websites.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. If I go to a site that's my info, I skip it and go to another site. Is this info gathering purpose to build email newsletter? Yeah, so you might do that, Matt, but a lot of your clients aren't worried about it. I mean, because like, as we're doing this, I know we're getting like boom, boom, boom. Like there's lots of people that are requesting for websites, not websites, but webinars, workshops, lead generation, guide downloads. Yeah, not everybody is going to give you their information, but of the people that do. It's a numbers game. It works itself out. And you want that because if you're paying the money for the ads, you want to be able, you want a higher quality. People was like, how did I hire a quality lead? But you get a higher quality lead when you're asking for that stuff, because if somebody's willing to give you that information, then they're going to be a higher quality lead because they must have some kind of a pain right now that they're giving you that information. Does anybody have anything they want to review? Like, is somebody's gonna, hey, let's look at our website and see what, or
I don't know.
Heidi?
Yeah, I'll share my website.
all right, yeah, what's the URL?
Are you asking me for like the .com information?
Yeah.
It's elderlawdept.com.
Elder Law DEPT, like the Elder Law Department.
Yep.
Okay, now I'm just gonna be, I mean, for the sake of time, just transparent. I would say most of the people probably don't know even what a board certified specialist is.
Mhm.
But I like this. So like, this is exactly what you want to have above the fold with a button. I mean, you're like, the design is right there, but the story brand part of it, where it's like, you are a trusted guide helping somebody face their problems and unique challenges. They don't, this is not a something that is a challenge or a unique thing for them, you know? And so you need to relate to something that is going to be, from their perspective, how you are like what they would call like a trusted guide, right? And so I would talk more about what being a board certified specialist is, but I would do that further along down the page, or more about like your about page or something like that. And why that is important for them, so that basically you would be the one they would choose because you're the better guide because of being a board specialized specialist. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But from the beginning, that wouldn't, for like a 70-year-old person that comes to your website, they might not know what that means.
Although just in my defense a little bit, like most 70-year-olds think of board certified physicians, and they always look for like that kind of board certification seems to be like a thing.
Yeah. No. I mean, it's definitely important.
This website, because honestly, it was put together by a company. Obviously, I didn't do this myself. But yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So I mean, I think you're already in the top 5% by just having this design here. So whoever designed this knows what they're doing. And then consultation being the most important thing. Let me see over here. I would put at the top over here, I would put some kind of on the top right, some kind of a call to action, like a request to a consultation, something like that, is something up in the top right, because I think that's pretty important too. It's one of the places that your eye is going to go when it goes to the site. Let's scroll down. Benefits for seniors, plan for the future, qualify for benefits now. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty good. What I would typically say is there's like 3 steps in most firms, like step 1, do this, step 2, do that, step 3, do this. And so I would say maybe put some of the steps here and there. Maybe it's further down. Just don't spend retirement worrying. That's good. That's good. That's all good with you. Good headshot photo, really nice. And then, yeah, so it's not too much support you need. Contact for a consultation. Review us. Yeah, there we go. So you have, let's see, fine law. Yeah, so perfect. So do you have an automation that goes out for getting reviews then, I assume, with the fine law people?
Melinda? I got 2 of my people on here, Robin and Melinda. So.
Oh.
No,
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's great. You have that. So I would utilize getting that out there and putting that in more places so you can get there. Oh yeah, you're in Coral Springs. Cool. That's very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're in my hometown. You're in my hometown. Jacksonville's my hometown. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah. We're in Ponte Vedra. So.
Yeah.
Medicaid benefits plan for the future. Yeah, I mean, the only thing I would say is just be like, yeah, just focus on some of those frequently asked questions, some of the things that your ideal clients. I mean, that's what we're really seeing works. Like someone comes to your website and they're like, Yeah, that's what I'm having an issue with. Yeah, they, like when they're on your website, they're like, yes, 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 I need to do this thing. And then I would also probably like you have the consultation thing at the top, and you have, I think you had it down here too, right here. You have the form. I would probably put more buttons on there because when I am scrolling, sometimes I don't scroll back up. You know what I mean? So you want to, you know, maybe under each one of these sections, you have like, hey, set up the consultation here. What, you know, set up the consultation here. It's just because when they're on a mobile device, the screen's much shorter, so it gives them more opportunities to press their thumb on it and set the consultation up right away. And then I don't know if you have on here some like lead magnets, you know, like the lead generation items, maybe like little short videos or
No,
guides
that's
that they can
what I was
download.
asking about the videos. We have not done, I've not done any videos, but that's our next big step is to do short videos, get them on here, get them on our YouTube channel. That kind of stuff.
Yeah, the easiest way to do it, like I said, is if you make the video, then you have the video, and then you can also transcribe the video and you can have it be a guide. And so some people that may not want to watch the video, now you have an option for them to have the guide.
So
Or it gives you another.
we were told that videos won't really help the SEO, but if you have to transcribe them and put them, which I don't quite understand all that.
Yeah,
because I've
let me
not-
show you. So let's see. We'll just look at this one. It's really good. Well, that's an ad, but let's just ignore the ad and go down to. Yeah, so you have like, you know, in this video, go to the website. I'm attorney Patrick Keller. My goal is to educate you. I avoid confusing legal jargon in my videos. I cover the topic Social Security benefits. In this video, you will learn this, and this. So it's you know, and then it has like leave a comment, learn more about us here. You can check out my book, you can subscribe to my newsletter, you can read my blog. And so, yeah, inside using a combination between like this text and the videos and how Google transcribes the videos, then that's how that's going to help with your SEO. So there is kind of like a little rhyme and a reason to do that. You want the description in there to be searchable. But yeah, no, I love that you're asking for reviews, and then that sends you over to the contact form. Cool. Yeah, just a couple of lead magnets on there, some more buttons to get them to the consultation. I think you're good.
Great, thank you.
Yep. Are you running ads? Like if I go to your Facebook page?
Yes.
Let's see. Let's go check it out.
Right, guys, we are running ads.
Yeah, it said you were.
Yeah, we're supposed to be.
So this is the ad that you're running. Yeah. What are,
See, the thing is, we do have some of our own content on the Facebook, but obviously Fine Law is supposed to do something. We've been talking about that. I think that we've been, as a matter of fact, we're right now in the middle of trying to negotiate whether we're going to stay with Fine Law or go with somebody else to do more of our SEO and Facebook and social media marketing, which is another reason why I'm on here. It's because we haven't really been but we haven't been focusing, if that makes sense, on our social media. I've been more, at the time, I was more concerned, I just started my own practice like 3 years ago. So I was more concerned about going up at the top of the list, and which they did, they got us up there. But now I wanted to focus more on the social media portion and dealing with that. So not sure if Fine Law is the right place for that. So that's why we're kind of interviewing other companies right now to try to get somebody to do that for us.
Yeah, I mean, so like for this one, this is an ad that you're running, and it's about the, you know, the look back period, I guess is what it's taking them over to the blog on your website that talks more about the look like period, which is probably good. But then that's just where I was talking about before, where like if somebody does click that, what happens next, right? We don't know. And then also too, why would they, like, you know what I mean? Like if you have to keep in mind, like, you know, somebody that's over 55 is scrolling on Facebook, looking at their kids, their grandkids, they're doing this, you know, really quick thing, right? And so you want to make sure that this stops them in their tracks, because the first thing they're going to do is stop. then they're going to read it, then they're going to click it. And so you want to make sure that something in here is engaging enough and that they're like, oh, let me stop that and click read this and then click this. And then when they click it, it takes them to a place where, you might have a little video saying something like, do you want to know why the look back period is important? We don't want to, screw something up so that, you have an issue. Click here. I'm going to explain these 5 things on why, you need to, get in touch with us so that you can avoid having problems with look back period or something like that. Right. And so then they would put their name in, press the button. You talk to them for like 3 to 5 minutes. They're like, wow, I really like Heidi. I think I could mesh with her. And then they would set up the consultation with you. That's kind of the flow that you would want it to go.
Oh, okay.
Anybody else have any questions? Got 10 more minutes.
Jim, if you had a limited budget, what's the number one thing you would do as it relates to social media marketing or just digital marketing in general?
Yeah, so, and I guess it depends on what the definition of limited budget would be, but I'll kind of take that question and spin it so that you kind of have an idea of like what it's costing attorneys right now to generate leads through paid ads. Because I think that'll relate. If they have a little commitment to a big commitment, then the cost to generate the lead is going to be higher for a higher commitment thing. So if you're trying to get somebody to watch a 3 to 5 minute video, if you're trying to get them to download a guide or a PDF or something like that, that answers a frequently asked question. Right now, we're seeing those leads costing somewhere between $8 to $20 a lead. So that gives you an idea of what to expect on that. And then a step up from that would be like a webinar or a live workshop, something along those lines where it's a little bit higher of a commitment level for somebody to watch an hour presentation or get in their car, drive to a workshop, sit there in a room with you and listen to you speak. And that cost, depending on what part of the country you're in, is ranging anywhere between like $30 a lead to $80 a lead. I'm saying the worst market in the country for cost per lead is about $150 a lead, but they like it because it's a competitive market and the people that come to the event are very quality people, so they're happy paying that. But that gives you an idea of what that costs for a lead. And then there's the people that don't want to do workshops, they don't want to do lead generation, they just want to have consultations booked on their calendar. And so we're running ads for people that send them right over to a consultation. That one birthday lead I showed you is a unique one because it's for birthdays. And that was like $30 a lead for that one, which is pretty sweet. But for non-birthday ones, you're typically looking at about $80 to $150 to get somebody to book a consultation with you. From a cold ad, someone that's never heard of you before, to setting up the consultation. And then it scales. So if your budget's $1,000 and it's $100 a lead, that's 10 consultations a month. Anybody else?
All right.
Well, I'll leave this on here. And if anybody wants to get that information, I'll send that out first thing tomorrow morning. That'll give some people time to send over that email, and then I'll send out all that content out to you in the morning.
And as well, I just posted a link to a survey. Please complete the survey. We do read them. This is our second attorney talk. We plan to do it on a quarterly basis, again, with the goal to help you guys grow your practice management type thing. So please complete the survey, provide some feedback so we can continue to improve these and have topics that you guys want to hear. So nothing else. Thank you all for attending.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Bye.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Take care.
Jim, were you Bambiz.net?
That's us. Yep.
Okay, I just want to make sure because I'm sending you an email right now.
Oh, perfect. Thank you so much. It was great talking with you, Heidi.
Yeah, you too. Thank you. I really appreciate all the information.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
We're gonna request to do like a meeting with you.
Perfect. Looking
Yeah,
forward to it.
You're great. Thank you for the information. It was free information. That was so.
Was it helpful?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
great.
Okay, awesome. No, that's my goal is just I just want to help because I mean, back in the day, my wife actually used to work for Elder Council, and so
Oh, yeah.
so this was a long time ago, so like 2014, 15, 16, something like that. And yeah, I just started meeting all these attorneys, and they were like, "Oh, I had a bad experience with a marketing company or this and that," and so I just started helping them on the side and turned into this thing. So I appreciate you guys being on here. I love helping elder law attorneys. That's all we do. So.
You did
No,
a great
I-
job of adding value without being pushy, so thank you.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
yeah.
You're welcome.
We've been on a lot of Zoom lately, so yours was like this breath of fresh air. It was.
Oh
always-
man, yeah, everybody zoomed out. I'm like, I would love to.
I
No,
mean,
no,
like
no,
a
we've
lot
been,
of
like,
Zooms with
more-
other
we've been, like-
marketing,
right,
like
we've
other
been-
marketing. So your style, what you did, the value that you provided, we have been inundated with presentations of this sort. And so yours was just hands down one of the best and most welcoming.
That makes my night. Thank you, Melinda.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Thank you so much. I mean, I really appreciate that. Like, I loved your style because you did not bash when he did my stuff. It wasn't, we get so many of them that call us and say, oh, let me look at your website. And I'm going to tell you all the horrible things that are about this website. And then you're like, oh my God, this is not getting this impression and that impression. So I love that you were just like, no, it's actually pretty okay. Here's what you need to get done. So
I'm just glad. Yeah. Your website, if like a couple minor tweaks and your website's fine. Like your website is great. Yeah,
That's good,
it's
'cause
designed well. Like
I
it
love
just,
my website. I actually love my website. I helped design it, so I love it. So, but I'm definitely going to email you right now to get the information and also to set up. I'd love to set up a meeting with the four of us. Aaron,
Awesome.
I'm assuming you're not in that, right? So yeah, this is my team. So that we can talk about like how maybe you can help us.
We'd love to chat. So yeah, look forward to hearing from you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too.
Good night.
Thanks. Bye.
All right, thanks everyone.